This title is narrated with virtual voice, computer-generated narration for audiobooks. Dragon Forged by Dan Michaelson. Chapter 1. The excited chatter of the children lingered around Rob, but he pushed it out. He knew better than to pay any attention to their voices, and knew better than to listen to how thrilled so many of them were to be finally starting their journey toward their dragon forging. His father touched his arm, and he looked up at his wide brown eyes flecked with hints of gold, a reminder of the power of his dragon forging. His father was a massive man, twice Rob's size, and filled with the enormous energy of one who had been dragon forged. "Don't fear what is to come. I'll go through the same." Rob nodded. He couldn't take his gaze off the massive head in front of him. The jawline ringed with enormous teeth, and the powerful-appearing gray-haired man standing before a chalice made of iron. Steam drifted up from the surface of the chalice. "Firewater. You listen to me." There was warmth in it, despite the command. Behind his father, Rob made out his mother, her arms wrapped around her body, worry creasing her brow. Her own blue eyes were tinged with a hint of red, as if she had been crying. Was she afraid for him? Firewater was rare, and they granted all boys the opportunity to consume it, taking the first steps toward their dragon forging. It was sacred. Almost. "I listened, Father. I know what you told me. I'll be ready." His father regarded him, and it seemed almost as if those flecks of brightness in his eyes swirled and moved, though Rob knew that was his imagination. Nothing changed. Not with his father. Not with his massive dragon-forged frame. And not with his resolve. Rob approached the elder. He was large, like all who had been dragon-forged, and his broad forearms bared scars from the battles he'd waged over the years along the border of their land. The battles all young men who took on a dragon forging would one day be a part of. They were battles Rob eventually hoped to be a part of. The first of the boys approached. They were all the same age, 7, and each of them were offered the very first opportunity to taste the firewater. At least, presumably. Most had probably sipped it before, much like Rob had. Every young boy wanted the opportunity to know how it tasted, and how their body would feel, and whether they would discover their own transformation. The first boy took the iron cup and gripped it. Most of them had probably only seen a few drops of firewater, never anything in nearly such a large quantity. And they were given the opportunity to drink a cupful. It was the start of everything. Gemerald was tall, even without a dragon-forged body. He had sandy brown hair that looked as if he had never combed it, but his silk shirt, probably sewn specifically for this occasion, was as formal as anything in the village. Rob couldn't hear the words of the elder as Gemerald gripped the iron cup. His body went completely rigid. No one dared drop it. After a moment, and after several words from the elder, Gemerald brought the cup to his lips and drank. The sudden gasp followed by a slight rigidity was how Rob knew something changed. The change would be gradual, the way that it was for all, but the sensation was immediate. That was the one thing Rob heard from all who had gone before him. They understood their bodies would start to grow, expanding, powered by the remains of dragon blood in the firewater. It was diluted, but it still carried the heat, power, and energy of the ancient dragon that died in their lands centuries ago. The next boy shuffled forward, and Rob kept his focus on him. "I hope I get to be as large as your father," Gazel said, standing in front of Rob in line. They weren't supposed to talk, and Gazel kept his voice soft, though he tipped his head to the side, his reddish hair falling into his eyes. The sunlight overhead reflected off his bronze skin, showing a flicker of the freckles his family was known for. "He claims he's been blessed several times," Rob said. That was the story his father told. They gave all dragon forged the opportunity to drink from the cup on the forging day in their 7th year. But after that, it was up to the dragon forged to improve themselves, and to find whatever firewater they could. Some were luckier than others, and everyone knew Rob's father had been luckiest. He consumed more firewater than almost anyone else in the village. He was powerful.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.